Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the fourth trimester Arizona East Valley Village for May. I'm so glad that you're all here tuning in. My name is Jennifer Hoprich and I get to be the East Valley lead. So I'm here every month creating some space for us to connect. And so for this month, we are having a craft that we're doing. You don't have to have supplies already ready. I'll be doing a demo for how you can make yourself a flower crown, and then you can grab some supplies. We actually have some here. If you're watching this locally, we have some over the next couple of days that'll be available. We'll put the address in the comments here for you. But these are supplies that you can pretty easily grab at any craft store. Even the dollar store will have a lot of these kind of things. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to have a little bit shorter time on Facebook Live today because we're going to be doing the demo and also a little guided meditation for you to connect with how amazing you are. And then we'll be popping off, whereas normally we're on for about an hour or so. So thank you so much for joining in. And thank you so much to everybody who's on Zoom. Thanks for joining in live today. Everyone is welcome to join into the Zoom call each month that we get together. So just know that if you'd like to be on the Zoom call, then just get onto our newsletter and you'll get the information for that. You can also go on to fourth trimester az.org and sign up to receive the updates for this. And you just click register once and it'll automatically send you all the information for each month. So, but we're always the third Thursday at 10 a.m. So welcome everyone. Okay, so Jenny, is it okay for me to go ahead and start the demo for making the flower crowns? Okay, cool. So if you have your materials, you can get those out, and if not, you could maybe jot down, or I'll put in the chat later or comments later the materials, but it's pretty simple. So we have like a wire, a bendy wire. So this one I got on Amazon. I normally, when we make flower crowns, I use this, which is like a bendy, what is it, like an aluminum bendy wire that we can cover with some floral tape. But I wanted to make sure for these that we didn't need any tape or any scissors. But so these wires are great, Amazon. And so what you'll do is take the wire and you'll be wrapping it around your head and then just finding where the two meet like this. And then you'll just be wrapping it around at that point. Would you like for me to close the door? No, okay, yeah. Okay, so you'll have this little loopity-loop. Okay, cool. Jenny's got hers. You can also look at Jenny. She's doing hers along with us. This is like those like jazzercise videos where there's like the teacher doing it and then there's people in the back that are doing it, you know, like a little different. And so you can see. Okay, so it'd be good for it to be on your head just about to, you know, a little above the brow. Okay, so then in your kit, you've got this. This you could have something like this. Is just like a it's like a fabric little ribbon that is it's got some leaves on there. So with this, you just take this, and I'm kind of like looping it in where the wire meets. So then I just kind of wrap it around again. So we got this going on, and then you just wrap it around, and then it'll start to look kind of like a Grecian, beautiful crown. Just wrapping that around. And this is a great craft to do with children as well. You can really take your time with it. If you're using the fresh flowers, it's really nice to just take a moment to enjoy the fragrance of the flower. Maybe even kind of like caress your cheek, you know, or your arms with the flower with the kids and enjoy the feeling of it. You can really bring mindfulness into this practice of working with these flower crowns. So then when you get to the end, you can just once again use this wire to wrap around the end to secure that little bit of ribbon. I love watching people craft. I don't know if you guys ever watch those TV shows, you know, where they like are fixing up homes and stuff like that, but I'll just be like, just transfixed, and it's so relaxing. Okay, so now you'll have something like this. And remember that it's not about perfection. It's about relaxation and fun and being good to yourself. So here we've got this going on. Yes, Emily says watching crafting is like ASMR for me. Yeah, do you guys know about ASMR? It's, you know, when you hear sounds that kind of give you the chills a little bit. You know, like you can even find ASMR videos on YouTube where they're just like tapping books, you know, or like fingernail. It's like, it's giving me the chills just thinking about it. Fingernails gently scratching, you know, on a surface. And oh, it's so relaxing. It's really good for down regulating the nervous system. So ASMR, look that up on YouTube. Are very relaxing. Great to help you fall asleep at night stuff. So yes. And then, oh, Emily says, my kids and I watch it every night. Oh my gosh. Before bed. That's so cool. Wow. Is there a certain thing that you watch with the kids? If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's this woman that her voice is so soothing. There's actually two women that my kids and I have just fallen in love with. So one of them is ASMR Joni. I feel like I'm like being really vulnerable about this right now.
Oh, thank you for sharing and being vulnerable, Emily. Thank
Yeah,
you so
so
much.
she like something with accents. So Joni has I don't know where she's from, maybe from Mexico, but I just like that accent is like so like soothing to me. Like she has this really soft voice. And then the other one, I can't remember her name, but she's I think she's from Japan. And so she has like a Japanese accent. Anyway, so anyone who likes accents. Oh, good. I'm not the only one who likes ASMR. Yeah.
Kate saying she loves that too.
No, you're not the only one. No, I love ASMR, and I keep trying to find like the brushes on microphones or combs on microphones on Spotify. And
Oh.
so they have a couple of playlists. It's like you'll hear the frequency and the thickness of the tooth on the comb changes and the speed that they move it. And it's like you find the perfect one and then it ends and you can't find it again. I'm like,
That's so true.
No, we gotta like save those, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so great. You know what? If you guys think about it, if you want to come back, if you are on Facebook, we can put some links for our favorite ASMR videos at the bottom of this. Maybe we can even do an ASMR village.
Totally.
Oh
Totally.
my gosh, right?
okay.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one. I like thinking about it. I'm getting tingles on my head right now. So yes, we need to do a village.
Okay, ASMR village, right, Jenny? We can do that, right? Okay, yes, we have approval. Okay, awesome. All right, so in your kits, you might have some little leaves. So if you do, you can take your flower stem and put it through this if you want to include some leaves in there. So cute. So these flowers, I also got these on Amazon and I have to say I love them. It's kind of hard to find like the faux flowers that have wires that are really easy to bend and to wrap. So these are like wedding flowers that I found on Amazon. It was like $13 for a box of 20 or something like that. So, and they're really pretty. They look kind of real. They're nice and soft. So Amazon. So then you'll just take this and you can use this wire to just wrap around the crown however you like. And some people like to do, like a couple of them together, like a little bunch of flowers off all to one side, like 1, 2, 3, something like that. Some people like to make it look really symmetrical. Some people like to put, the flowers around evenly spaced for the whole crown. So be creative. There's no wrong way to do it. So I'm just going to wrap a couple more on here, and then I'll show you the ribbon. And as you're wrapping, you might want to consider an intention that you'd like to weave into your crown. Maybe it could be gratitude for yourself that you want to be weaving in as you're wrapping the wire for this crown. Maybe it could be an affirmation like, I'm doing my best in every moment, and my best is good enough. Or it could be something like, even though I have hard days, I completely love and accept myself exactly as I am. So however this looks, so here I put these 3 all together, kind of like off to the side. So there's one way of doing it. Or you could have these all be kind of like in the front. They're all going to be unique and different. Looking so fabulous, Jenny. Oh yeah, girl. So then after you're done with your flowers, however you want to put those around, then you can use some ribbon. So I also got this from Amazon. They have really good prices for ribbon, lots of different colors and stuff. So with the ribbon, usually you would be putting this on the back, but of course you can be as creative as you like. And so you can put this on without having to tie it. So you just kind of loop it around like this. And then you just take the tails and push that through the loop and pull it through. Oops, sorry. And pull that through just like this. And then you have a little tail on the back here. And if you wanted to, tie it in bows or something like that, of course you could do that too. But you have just your little tail here. So put mine over to the side like this. So things like this in the back, and flowy. Again, there's no wrong way. So you can make it your own. And so I thought, and if you have any questions about this, by the way, you can always type that into the comments on the Facebook Live recording, and I'll come back to that. I do every month, and I'll check and see, and I can always help you out if you got stuck on something. But so here's my crown. And so take your time, enjoy this. Again, like I said, there's no wrong way to do it. They're all going to be unique. And I would love to offer to us, if you're still crafting, that's great. If you're done, that's great. You can continue crafting, or you can place the materials down for a moment if you like. But I'd love for us to do a little guided meditation together, because part of why we wanted to do the crowns is because we really want to honor mothers, and you are deserving of being honored. So you all deserve a crown for sure. All that you do and all that you contribute. It's important to acknowledge your regal nature, because my opinion is that you are the queen of your queendom. And my opinion is that mothers are often the cornerstone of their families, and that if mom's doing okay, usually everybody else in the family is going to be doing okay. And so mom really needs to be taken good care of. So let's do a little meditation together. We have some people who are in person here too, so we'll all gather together for this. So I invite you to take in a nice deep breath and release it out with a sigh. Nice job. And maybe with that next deep breath, bring your shoulders kind of up to your ears. And then as you release the breath, allow them to melt down your back. And one more time, a nice deep breath in through the nose. And a full exhale. Nice. And I invite you to breathe just normally, gently, and easily now. And for a moment, if you can, I invite you to close your eyes. Maybe you'd like to place one or both of your hands over your heart. And I invite you to just begin to focus on feeling your breath, feeling the breath in and the breath out, not trying to change it, but just bringing awareness to your breath. And also bringing awareness to your heart space. And as you breathe in that fresh air, you can imagine yourself breathing in that fresh, cleansing, healing oxygen that's being sent out to every single cell in your body. And as you release the breath, you can imagine releasing any negativity or any toxins. We genuinely do release toxins through the exhale. So just imagine as you breathe in that you are fortifying yourself, fortifying your heart. And as you breathe out, you are cleansing, releasing, detoxifying. And as you continue in this process of fortifying and releasing, I invite you to bring in a sense of gratitude to yourself. Just taking a moment to thank your precious heart. Acknowledging that your hands are an extension of your heart. And just taking a moment to acknowledge all of the nurturing that your hands do as a mother. Wiping away tears, giving hugs, getting little children dressed, maybe changing diapers, tidying up your home, cleaning up the messes and the spills, picking up the toys, preparing the meals, chopping up the veggies, stirring the pot, cutting the apples, serving the plates. You might even be feeding food to your littles. Spoonfuls are with your fingers. And then washing the dishes, putting the dishes away. All of the things that your hands, your arms, and your heart does. These are just daily things. Just taking a moment to acknowledge all of the love and all of the nurturing. Putting on the Band-Aids, washing the little bodies, packing lunches, all the things, even paying the bills or running the errands, driving the cars to and from and to and from and to and from, over and over and over again. And just taking a moment to acknowledge how amazing this is. Just a moment to acknowledge your dedication. And how you do this without even questioning it. And I invite you to take a moment now to, if you have your hands on your heart or down by your side, to just take a moment to begin to wrap those hands around yourself all the way to your back and just give yourself a nice big hug. Holy shamoly, mama. Look at all of this that you've done. Just for a moment, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I invite you now, if it's possible, to begin to shift yourself in your seat just a bit, to allow your tailbone to connect with your chair or with the earth, and to bring your head up towards the sky, bringing yourself into a regal posture. Maybe allowing your chin to lift a bit, bringing your back straight if you can. And just beginning to acknowledge your connection to the earth and your connection to the sky. And that your beautiful heart space is the bridge between the two. And just taking a moment to embody that you are the queen of your queendom. You are an example. You are a leader. You are a nurturer. And you are deserving of love, acknowledgement, and respect. And just taking a couple moments to just breathe that in as your birthright. Taking a moment to claim your crown as the queen of your queendom. It is rightfully yours. And taking in another nice deep breath. Breathing in that fresh oxygen once again. And once again, offering that gratitude to yourself, acknowledging yourself. And allowing yourself to bring this recognition with you into your day. Whenever you need a reminder of this, you can just place your hands over your heart. And just allow this to carry you forward. And when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to gently open, bringing yourself back here into this time and space, bringing in some movement into your body. Oh, thank you so much for allowing me to support you in this. It's so fulfilling to get to see other moms taking good care of themselves and acknowledging how amazing they are. You really are amazing. Is there anything that anyone would like to share before we pop off? Any reflections of the meditation or anything that came up for you that you'd like to share?
I have a question, Jen. So for those of us who have boys, with me as one of them, do you have any suggestions for creating this kind of thing with our boys? I mean, actually, my boy would probably be fine with creating a flower crown for himself, but like, is there maybe more leaves, or just trying to think what we could make for them so they felt like they were also, you know, involved in the process?
Oh, 100%, you know, like, this is kind of a cool story that you could share. I mean, of course, I think flowers are great for boys or girls, or however these kids identify, you know. I think flowers are just so high vibration, you know, and the scent and the colors and the texture, and just, I think everybody can appreciate them.
Yep.
And, you know, like in like Roman times, you know, the thought leaders, they would wear crowns of rosemary, and they would have the rosemary sticking out on either side of their crowns. And the reason why they did that is because they thought, which we still know today, that rosemary can stimulate the brain, and it can help us to remember. So they would actually wear those crowns when they would gather in council, because they didn't have the written word. So they would gather in council, they would make all these decisions, you know, all the leaders from all the different areas would come together in the central, you know, area, and have these major conversations and deliberate and all of this. And they would wear the crown so they could remember what was said and bring back, you know, to their village or their community to share that. So those sprigs of rosemary could be really cool, you know, and you could bring in a bit of history, you know, along with that as well, to share. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I get that.
Yeah, that could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, you can use flowers, you can use herbs of all kinds for the flower crowns. And that can be kind of cool to have like a botany lesson that you're bringing in, you know, as you're making your crowns as well. You could also bring in like some essential oils and talk about, like, for instance, rose or whatnot, talk about how these oils are made from these flowers, from pressing these flowers. And then we can use these oils to help us with our staying well, you know, and things like that. Or aromatherapy, you can talk about that. There's so many lessons that you can weave into the flower crowns for our kids, for sure.
Good idea. That sounds like a fun summer activity for my kiddos that are now home. Yeah, I love that. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great way to be connecting with nature. For us, you know, it's just too hot, too dang hot to get out in nature, you know, unless it's like 6 a.m, you know, or it's like 9 p.m. That's when the playgrounds are busy in the summertime, 9 p.m, you know. So it's just hard to get out in nature, but you can definitely bring nature into your own home and still be really connecting with it. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. And we'll be back here again. We'll be online through the summer. So we had an in-person for this month, but we're going to just stick to online through the summer. So we'll be back on here, same time. It'll be 10 a.m. To 11:30 a.m. And that's our normal time for meeting up online. And it'll be the third Thursday. And yeah, we've got lots of villages. So if this is your first time tuning into this, go online to fourthtrimesteraz.org and go under for parents. And then there's a subheading villages, and then go into that and you can register for all the villages. So right now, all the villages are online. And so we have at least one of these every single week. And some weeks we have more than one. So we have them separated out where it'll say, like, you know, East Valley Village or Central Valley Village. But really, anyone can come on to these. We have people who've tuned in from Hawaii, other states. Camille's in Texas. I hope that's okay that I just said that, Camille. Sorry, I didn't ask your permission. But we have people from all over who are tuning into these. So just know that you're welcomed. The only one that has a specific population that we're working with is the Black Mamas Village, which is just for those who identify as Black mamas. Other than that, though, anybody is welcome. Any guys are also welcomed onto these. So just know that we're here. We're here for you. So anything else, Jenny, before we sign off?
So we'll pop off Facebook Live, and then those who want to continue with us can stay on. I'll go ahead and do that right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye.